All right, we have an interrogation here. Well, he should have been more careful summoning these two Atronics around.
I'm not.
Kozhurdov will be doing a bit of training with the orcs, studying their ways, learning about their traditions. Here,
Perhaps there'll be a luck roll for Kodashudov in the next session to give him
become
something really cool.
become an orc, maybe.
No, like
Let's put some music on. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Let's dim the lights a little bit.
now we got that mood lighting going on.
Yeah. And so, Aurelia, here at the orc camp with your friend Azora, just hanging around. And the orcs of this camp really want to know news about the rest of wherever you have been. It's not every day they get travelers from that far away in their camp. And they would like to hear your stories over some nice grilled venison.
So really, it tells like a lot of different stories about how she went to how she ended up in the and dang it, I'm trying to remember. Oh, High Rock.
Ohio? Ohio Rock?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm indulging them in some of the cool story and some of the fun stories that happened there.
Hmm.
And so, and by fun, it's very evident that Lyra hates one type of person. That's the freaking nobility.
Yeah. The orcs
That's
never
right.
understood the hierarchy of Breton society. They always considered them to be liable to every specific noble's whims, while in their culture they follow the strongest. And the strongest always makes the right choices or is not the strongest anymore. They follow the teachings of Malakath, their god, very closely. And that is what has led them to survive all these years against such unfavorable odds.
But she does speak of the one time she went into a Dwemer ruin.
Ooh, that intrigues Baronk, the leader. He wants to know more.
And so, like, she explains, we went in there in search of, I don't know what we were. I think we were in search of treasure. What treasure we were hoping to uncover, I couldn't tell you. But all I can say is is that it wasn't a very eventful. It was very eventful. As she kind of speaks about it. She goes, I think we found there was a spider. And then the last thing I remember seeing before we left was a giant. Would she know what a centurion was, or would she just have to describe it?
You can make a history check.
All right, let's see what happens. Like, to describe this thing.
Our sessions usually last for 2 hours. Chat. We are level 4 at the moment, or level 5? Level 5, isn't it?
Yeah. Level 5, because I was like,
Yeah.
level 4? Oh no.
Yeah. Aurelia is a cleric. Kozhurdov is a monk. And we are using the Elder Scrolls homebrew for our classes and races to make it feel more like, well, Skyrim and Elder Scrolls.
You know, I thought I was gonna use up all my luck this week at my brother's D&D session. Turns out I didn't. I got a dirty 20.
Ooh. You describe the Centurion for what it is. A construct. A Dwemer construct of immense strength and power. Very dangerous. Many have faced the Centurion and lived to tell the tale. And even less have fought one. Now, Baronk doesn't initially realize what you're talking about, and he wants to know more details. And when you describe what a Dwemer construct is, a mimicry of a person, an automaton, a sentry, he asks a very simple question. Well, if this is a weapon, then who is the wielder?
Aurelia just kind of pauses and thinks. She goes, many scholars debate who the original wielders were, but we do know it's a race. Surely before our time.
Is it elves?
Sort of.
It is always them elves.
They were a race of smaller, more rotund elves.
Even smaller? Pah! No wonder they compensate with such artifacts.
And nobody really knows what happened to them. They just sort of disappeared, but we do know their constructs still linger on. But the Centurion that we encountered, the construct, was deactivated. Though judging by its size and appearance, I was very hesitant to fight a monster of that size.
So much for automata. If they can't even...
They are not to be trifled with.
Well, if they cannot detect you and you find them deactivated, then with a well-aimed
Without
blow,
even breaking a sweat.
you might be able to take it down in one hit.
If you keep your wits about you, yeah.
I will be wary of such ruins when I venture out.
They may look very slow. They look very lumbering. They can be quite deadly when they need to be.
Like
That
giants.
was the intention of the original creators.
Like the giants of Skyrim. Here in Hammerfell, we most often face scorpions. A very tasty delicacy of these deserts, but a very dangerous one. It takes a very experienced hunter to take one of those down. Luckily, here, we know how to hunt them real good.
Or Aurelia just kind of looks and she goes, "Oh, I have no doubt that you all would know how to do it. I've seen many of young men. Though they've met their end fighting a giant."
Well, pride won't take you far. It is skill one must be relying upon. It's what I have been teaching my fellow orcs here in our camp. Only the skilled have managed to survive the hardships of the desert.
She just kind of, I think Aurelia recalls a lot about her experiences in Skyrim, and one of the experiences was that when she was in Whiterun, a lot of these young men sought to slay giants to kind of prove how strong they were, despite her going, "No, please. Please don't kill yourselves. Please, please." Time says no. Just get an amulet of Mara. Stop trying to kill yourselves.
And I've heard that High Rock has some of the best dishes, the best cuisine overall of all of Tamriel. Is this truth, or is it just some blatant lie? Nobles.
What about the giants?
About the food in High Rock. Or is it just a lie the nobles spread around so that travelers and merchants will give them their coin?
Aurelia then remembers and she says, "No, it's it's pretty good. A lot of it is pretty good. I'd eat a sweet roll over anything. I'd eat sweet rolls over whatever that was any day. But it wasn't that bad. You'd eat worse."
I might seek some High Rock delicacies. One gets bored surviving on only scorpion meat every day.
I'm sure there's probably going to be some traders who pass by now that that guy is gone. Whether or not they stop here is, well, I guess that's up to you guys. But I assume this place is some sort of, like, she's kind of looking around. She goes, the way the market's set up, it seems that this place is some sort of trading outpost.
Many red guards come through here when they go from one side of the desert to the other. Other than that, we don't see much of visitors. And now that the red guards are on their toes about something, even less of them come by.
Aurelia goes, just looking at his old, and just like, do we say something? Do we tell them what's going on, or do we just keep our mouths shut?
You can you can make an insight check here.
Oh, good. The one thing I'm good at, he says as he rolls in that one. This is what's gonna happen. I am not going. My luck has been used up today.
You really rolled in that one?
I rolled a 3, which is a 10.
Okay.
Plus 7. We're still good. It's a perfectly
Okay.
mid roll.
Well, the orc is interested to know about what's going on around him, what's going on in the wider area of the province. He doesn't seem to be very fervent on picking any sides or having a very adamant opinion about Redguard, about foreign politics. He would like to know so that he can protect his people better against any form of threat, any kind of threat, any form of harm.
Aurelia goes, the only thing you should really be worried about is the ongoing battle between the crowns and the other faction again.
The ancestors.
And the ancestors. If you get those two groups of red guards coming through, there's liable to be some sort of scuffle.
They've been like that since forever. It's high time there was a result out of this.
She goes, I don't think there's ever going to be any result out of it. It's going to keep going on and on and on until either all the red guards realize that this is pointless or the Empire comes in and puts a stop to it.
The Empire. They used to buy weapons from us a lot of years back. We don't see any of them around here anymore.
Maybe just like how old's that Imperial Scholar? Like how old is that dude?
Old. He's got white hair. He's bald.
I wonder if he was a mage during the war. Anyway, we can ask that question.
He's still getting interrogated.
Oh. She goes, well, given your proximity to Cyrodiil, I could see why they'd actually be pretty eager to get weapons and supplies from you. You probably were a very prominent trade stop on the way.
The Altmeri Dominion also knocked on our door. They wanted the same as the Imperials. Strong arms and sturdy blades. Only they also wanted us to stop worshipping Malakath and abandon his code and follow their gods or whatever they have for worship. We could get away with following our previous ways deep here in the desert. They wouldn't bother us too much. They only cared for the weapons we provided them with and the few members of our tribe we could spare for their forces.
Like, really doesn't judge that because it's like, well, yeah, you gotta eat, well, you gotta live. Doesn't matter who's paying, really.
The Imperials were paying better money. They always
Yeah, I'm sure the elf.
pay top
I'm sure
coin for whatever it is they want.
She just goes, I'm sure the Altmeri Dominion weren't very kind.
I wouldn't describe them as kind in any way. They were very strict. And they also wanted to station a justiciar here in our camp. But as you can imagine, this was delayed forever because not many a justiciar want to spend the rest of whoever knows how many years stranded here with us. That's for the better, I say. Nothing good would have come of it.
Aurelia goes, I'm sure there would have been a few hunting accidents.
Indeed, many accidents do happen here to unkind folk, let's say.
She's just thinking about that poor Imperial scholar. She's like, hell? I don't think that's a good... I don't think there's good accidents happening to that poor guy. But
And when my time comes, I'll venture out once I've found someone to replace me here in the camp. I will venture out and find a suitable death, an honorable death. One fight that will shake the ground, that will make the gods hold their breath until the final blow is struck. That will be an appropriate end to my legacy. And my fireblade shall move down generations. And everybody will sing songs and tell tales of all the foes it has felled. All the monsters, all the men, all the elves. Or maybe, and why not, even some automata of these Dwemer you mentioned.
Aurelia thinks, and she goes, you know, I do know where that is. Like, she describes, like, the exact location of where the ruin is, and she goes, when you're ready, and you feel like you found a successor, maybe making your way over to High Rock, and, fighting that automaton would prove to be quite a challenge.
A belly full of high rock food and a valiant fight. What else can an orc ask for?
She goes, oh, I have a friend.
Yeah?
I have a friend who is there currently. His name's Tominal Arno.
Oh, very well.
And you get on a boat. What was that port city we landed at in High Rock?
Give me a second. I'm looking it up on the map.
Casually references things that I forget about.
Camlorn, you mean?
Yeah, Camlorn.
Yeah.
If you go on the ship to Camlorn, just walk up to the house of the local lord and ask for Tominal. Say Aurelia was asking. Or, wait. Say Lady Zafrella was asking.
You have many names.
She goes, I may or may not have tried to impersonate nobility. And she kind of points to the noble dress she's wearing. Still might be. And so we're over there just like frustrated as fuck. Probably. Like, why did, out of all the things you could have chosen?
Yeah, Zora is enjoying her meal and she listens as Baronk describes his fights. She has that look in her eyes. The look that says, I want to take on this orc.
So I just look over and I go, is this I'm gonna do an insight. Is she actually actively thinking about challenging him?
Make an insight check.
That's 12. Let's go, boys. Perfectly made rolls.
Well, she's studying him. She is investigating the weapons he's got on him, the weapons in the room, in his longhouse. He asks specific questions about how he defended against various attacks, how he riposted, how he attacked himself, what adversaries were the most difficult for him, and how he would deal with such and such situation in battle. Ranged opponents, magic users, conjured enemies, numeral advantage or disadvantage.
You have no idea the devious plot I'm thinking of right now. Let's send him after Sir Mellard. Let's see what happens. So not only are we going to get a kill Centurion, we get to kill Sir Mellard. It's a 2-in-1 here. I'm getting a twofer. But like as she's looking at his aura, she just goes, "What the heck are you thinking?"
She's got a mouthful and just shrugs. Just stuffs her mouth with more food.
Aurelia goes, "It's Whiterun all over again."
At
least you're not drunk this time.
Gulfim walks in, the orc shaman, and Baronk's fourth wife, meaning his first wife, his primary wife, the one who is taking care of his weapons, his armor, his equipment. That's why they call them forge wives, because they work the forge the best. And she was just at the cell they keep the mage in, and says that the interrogation has come to a conclusion.
Aurelia just kind of looks and goes, "Please tell me you weren't too rough on him, because he is kind of old. I mean, he may be an asshole, but he's still an old man."
Well, he's unconscious on the floor, and he's bleeding a little bit. But it's nothing too rough. He'll make it.
Aurelia, perfect damn rough.
It turns out this little bugger has intimidated quite a bunch of people from crossing from this side. And that means that he has actively given us a harder time. Less visitors means less resources for our camp. And we've been struggling as is already. We could do with one less annoyance.
Aurelia goes, I wonder who sent him, because I don't think the Imperials would intentionally sabotage an ally.
It doesn't seem like he's working with somebody. It looks like he's on his own. That's why his psyche is a bit derailed. His soul. I bet all this time living amongst Earth Atronachs must have filled his head with sand and rocks.
So what you're saying is that he's not all there in the head.
He's been bumbling about his research all the time. But he wouldn't disclose any more information, even after some right-handed persuasion.
Aurelia could tell you that it has something to do with this necklace.
I see you've already gone through his belongings. Anything else of interest?
He has figured out some sort of way to summon 2 of them, though he refuses to share how he does it. I suspect it has something to do with the amount of concentration. I'll try to demonstrate here, and she's going to try to, summon 2 of them to see if she can't do it.
Okay.
So let's do this Arcana check. And we're going to cast Guidance on herself before doing this.
Okay.
That's a 17.
Okay. You summon one Antronach normally using the energy of the amulet. And you concentrate. You channel your magicka to bring forth another one.
Aurelia literally starts cackling. She goes, crack that old crackpot scheme.
However, you do not succeed.
Oh, I try.
The first one crumbles as the second one forms.
She goes, no. She goes, so I assume it has something to do with concentrating your magic in such a way. She just writes that down like first experiment failed. Could not concentrate magicka. There must be some sort of ratio needed. And she's starting to wonder if she could use. So I wonder if you could use one of your spell slots to try to boost. But I won't do that till later.
Okay.
We'll do that in downtime when we're bored.
Mm-hmm.
Like Aurelia. She goes, when he wakes up, I actually want to ask him more about this.
Well, good luck getting him to talk. All he's been unleashing upon us is insults. And random facts about the many minerals in the sand of the desert. About quartz, pyrithium, and any other metal and element that sand consists of. And then he lost consciousness. I won't bother to heal him. He doesn't deserve my care.
Aurelia, but still. She looks and she goes, the kind you can found me sometimes, but she's gonna go over and see if he's Just like heal him up and see what's going on with him.
Okay.
Just to see if she can actually do something to help him.
Azora would have stayed in the longhouse with Baronk and the others, discussing techniques and other war-related issues.
I'm gonna do like a full medical on him. Does he have any like signs of a disease that's currently affecting him?
Mm-hmm. Make a medicine check.
Because he could just be suffering from delusion, or he could have picked something up in the desert. Because good, and it's just to make sure that I'm fine. Oh, that's a 28.
Interesting. He's got arthritis.
What about like dementia?
Well, his mental state doesn't betray any signs of mental illness or mental degeneration, other than the natural that occurs with age. It's more like this person has no other choice than believe that he is the best mage, the strongest wizard in these parts, just because he's able to control two Atronachs at the same time.
You know what? I'm gonna be very nice. I'm gonna like heal him a little bit with like a D4 from my spell. So, and then I'll take like after I'm done talking with him, I'll take a nap. So he's gonna like heal 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
He regains consciousness. He wakes up. Tries to get up, but cannot because he's tied up.
She goes, I think I'm figuring out how you do it.
You cannot do it. You're just a useless, dumb Nord. Go back to farming Nernroot.
She goes, there's a certain thing about this. A certain concentration. Certain ratio that needs to be refined about it.
You'll never be able to do it. It took me years. It took me a lifetime.
Then why won't you just tell someone so they can add on to it? Do you understand the breakthrough you have here? This could solve a lot of problems.
No matter if I tell you, or I teach you, or you read my notes or whatever, you'll still mess it up.
Aurelia, but if I perfect it and add on to your notes and publish them under your name, there's your legacy. Pass that on. New generations of wizards.
Nonsense. No one will take you seriously. Not the wizards in the Imperial City, not the College of Winterhold. They got their heads so far up their asses, they won't see genius. I've tried my luck once with them.
What, did they laugh you out?
They rejected me, saying that my ideas are unnecessary, and that there will never be the ability to control two Atronachs, because there is just no way to channel enough magicka. But here we are. I've proven them all wrong. But so
Really?
blind are they that they cannot see.
Really, so it's about the concentration. The amount of concentration I put into it.
Try all you want, little girl. Maybe praying will help you.
Well, they were right about one thing. It is useless to have two of them. I mean, what use does two of them have when you have to split your control between two of them? I mean, in your years of research, you certainly probably have encountered a few, accidents. Like one time it goes wrong and you got hit a little too hard by one of them and you were sent flying. Bound to be some accidents and backlash over the years.
I failed more times than you have tried, little girl. Of course I've had accidents. Only mistakes leads you to progress.
Well, maybe that's why they didn't take you seriously. It was too dangerous. A young wizard tries that, and all of a sudden, 3 apprentices are dead. Not something that they'd want to pursue seriously.
They were right to be afraid of me. Had they given me the chance, I would have taken over their schools and their colleges, their towers, or their staves, everything.
Oh, really? He just kind of choked. Goes, I doubt it.
They wouldn't have lasted a minute with me. A word may stop a spell, but a word cannot stop a stone punch from breaking your ribcage. No one would expect that.
Aurelia, as you discovered with my friend.
Come again, sorry?
As you discovered with my friend, no amount of magical knowledge protected you from his punch.
That Khajiit was too cunning.
My good friend, I tell you. He's really quite nice. Quite kind.
Until he turns on you and slits your throat while you sleep. He will take all your coin and be lost. The first moment he sees an opening.
She... I think Aurelia knows Korjunov enough to know that he would never do that. She goes, do you understand that he's a monk? Someone with principles?
Monk's monk. A Khajiit is a Khajiit.
Well, an imperial's an imperial.
He gets angry and starts shouting, I'm not like the other ones. No one has succeeded. No one has made so much progress as I have. They are all in the dirt. They are all in the dark. They are all blind to the truth. They are all
Aurelia's
fools.
just thinking. She goes, maybe when I get to Cyrodiil, maybe I'll ask those mages about the work. Wait, where is his notebook? I need to know. Did we take it?
You haven't found any notebook on him.
Damn. So I gotta go look for his camp.
I guess.
We gotta find those notes and take them to the college and say, hey, look at all this weird stuff. This guy is dumb. Let's publish his work under my name. We win.
He continues on to insult all the races present here: orcs, Khajiit, Imperials, Nords.
Not the Red Guard.
Oh, yeah, Redguards too.
Not the Red. Izolo just hears the insults from outside the tent. It's like,
Yeah. She comes along, still holding on to some chops. Hears to what the scholar is saying and just gets up in front of him and knees him in the groin. He collapses down again.
oh, come on. Does he take 1D? Does he take 2D? Does he take 3D10 groin damage? You hit the groin. She goes, come on. That does. She goes, oh, come on. He can't even have kids anymore.
She says there's probably just dust down there anyway. he grunts and gets back up painfully. The other orcs laugh.
She goes, so where was your camp?
As if I'm telling you.
You know, I was nice enough to heal you twice. And you've been trying my patience.
And
I'm being very nice to you, considering everything.
then you've proven that you're a fool twice.
Do not make me bestow another curse upon this man. I will give him the curse of Triptych. I'll make it so hard for him to pee, he has to use tweezers.
Oh my god. He's gonna need to use safe water.
Actually, you know what? No, I'll cast infinite kidney kidney stones.
Oh my god.
No, that's even worse.
And Natronach of kidney stones.
Ouch.
Sounds bad.
She goes, you know what? She goes, there's a lot of things that I just... Like I said, I kind of want to know what you did and how you did it. Even if I look at these notes, they'll probably give me some insight into what you did. How you did it. And besides that, why wouldn't a brilliant mage want somebody to learn about their work? Isn't that how progress works?
I won't burden your weak minds with such high magic.
You really just called the nice cleric stupid. I mean, that's true. Aurelia isn't the smartest cookie in the bunch, but at the same time, she goes, I would assume you were somewhere nearby that ambush site.
No.
Oh.
there are easier ways to burn your brain. Try counting your fingers.
She goes, let's see. 1, puts out a little finger. 2. There you go. That's what I think.
Let's see. Well, one of the orcs tries and fails to count their fingers. And it looks all frustrated. The other one is successful.
Aurelia finally sighs and goes, listen here. There's another person besides my nice eccentric cat friend. And I can tell you, had you met him, we would not be having this conversation right now.
What? Are they even dumber than you?
She goes, I wouldn't describe him as dumb, but I would describe him as somebody who would have probably stabbed you and turned you into sashimi.
Typical. I've heard such insults so many times. No one my Atronox couldn't crush. No matter their armor, no matter their bravery. They all got smashed.
Aurelia goes, I've seen him take on far worse. And he's gone up against it. He's gone up against a lot worse than what you're describing. 2 little Atronachs wouldn't really affect him all that much. She goes, I'm going to tell you this now. Be glad he isn't here, because he would be definitely beating and interrogating you way worse than these orcs. I'm being nice and offering you at least some dignity here. If you just let me know where your camp is, so that way I can get the research notes so no random other person gets their hands upon it. You know, someone smarter than you. I'm trying to persuade him.
He wails, enough, I'm suffering your stupidity all this time. Death would be a gift.
I'm trying to be nice and persuade him, like, hey, I'm trying to prevent this from somebody who's a genius who might just steal your work and never give you credit, and you just go to the grave without getting any credit.
No one can copy my work. There is no such mind walking on Tamriel. Only mine. Searching for someone to fill in my shoes would be a fool's errand. You might as well start counting all the sand there is in Alikir Desert. All the grains of sand, and you'll never find anyone with a mind such as mine.
Really, he goes, well, then I guess I could just leave you here and move on to Cyrodiil. And once your research ends up in the hands of somebody who must be smarter than you, you're pretty much in the ground already, so I really don't have to tell you that someone could be pretty much anybody. Especially and she says elves, the high elves would probably be able to figure it out better than you did. With probably far more precision.
Don't start it with those elves.
Yes, but imagine if they got their hands on that work. Imperials did half the work, and oh dear, so primitive in his thinking. They just improved the spell, make it better than yours. Probably far simpler to understand too, at least for them. For you, it might as well just be differential calculus.
They would never be able to. They might
Really?
be better attuned to the forces of magic, but they would never grasp their minds around the fine work I've done all these years, the amount of experience it needed, the amount of
Really?
dedication. Even if in their long lives, they wouldn't be able to copy my work.
And in their long lives, they have had enough time to understand how magical works. So if they got their hands on your notes, they'd probably be like, oh, this is a very simple matter. Took this man 90 years, his entire life to do it. What a waste of time.
So
Yeah.
you will give away my life's work to the elves?
No,
What?
God, no. She goes, God, no, I don't want to give it to the elves. What do I look like to you, an idiot? And before you even answer that question, I will tell you right now, I will bonk you on the head if you say yes. Try me. He was about to say yes, and then he hesitated.
You do look like an absolute buffoon.
Here's the thing. I'm someone who will eventually understand how this works. And with your notes, it might even become sooner rather than later. Wouldn't you want to be in the hands of somebody who, she says, at the very least, won't give it away to the highest bidder? Like any other no-name mercenary out there who would have who as soon as he found your notes would be giving it away to the highest bidder at the Mages Guild?
Well, it is a cutthroat world out there. I wouldn't expect less from the petty wizards calling themselves sorcerers and mages and archmages and whatever else titles they made up.
She goes, and I am a cleric. Someone with actual morals. Someone who can see the value in this work.
Then free me, and I shall work on it even more.
I'm telling you, this work has more value beyond gold. This is a serious breakthrough. And it should be shared with not just the high mages or whoever purports to call themselves that. It should be shared as knowledge to those who want to study it. Given to those who actually have a moral compass. And only to use it in defense and not in the cases of war.
I'll use my work as I see fit. If you wish to see it completed, set me free. Else, don't bother me with your stupidity any longer, Nord.
Yeah, I'm trying to be nice here. This dude's being an ass. I go, alright, you know what, I'm leaving. I've had enough of this. We're gonna go to bed. And then in the morning I'm gonna take off towards, where were we going again? Cyrodiil?
I think so.
Yeah. It's nap time. Though I did just look up a spell. It's called Borrowed Knowledge. I could actually use that.
Mm-hmm. So, which way will you be taking towards Silverdale?
Was it like what way were we going before?
Yes, just trying to remember. Okay, looks like next city on your way is the city called Mold.
It's called Mold?
Yes. It's
I hope
on a
I hope they don't
hilltop.
I hope they don't have an abundance of penicillin. Or wait, what's their name? Hey, what's their neighboring city? Penicillin? That'd be awesome. Welcome to the town of Mold, also the Tamriel's primary producer of penicillin. Nice. What's a penicillin? So yeah, I guess we'll go towards the town of Mold the next morning.
I don't see any references of it anywhere on the internet. Okay. So won't be staying here any longer, I assume.
Yep. His research is lost until someone takes it and sells it for 4,000 septums. So
Onto the desert once again.
as we're kind of going across the desert, I'm gonna use borrowed knowledge on myself. All that really does is this is the spell. It's a divination spell, but basically it's I draw upon knowledge of spirits of the past, and I can choose one skill I lack proficiency in. For the duration of an hour, I have proficiency in that skill.
Okay.
So I'm gonna choose Arcana, and then I'm gonna just see if my theory was correct.
Okay.
You know,
Make an Arcana check.
are we using guidance because at this point we gonna need it?
Okay.
That's a 10. I don't think I understand anything at all.
Again, the same thing. You summon the first one.
Oh no, I was just checking to see if the theory was sound, not trying to like summon two of them.
You know. Well, yeah. It is sound. It can work.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to summon two of them right now.
Okay.
That comes later. But
It
we're
is
going back
a
to the
possibility.
desert. We're going back to the desert. Going to the dust. I just hope that there's no ancient automaton tombs that show up. Oh, good. Oh, good. What's this planet called? Tamriel. You might as well just call it what's that one? Oh, Vernon Wells.
Ah, shit. I didn't make the tablet permanent. Damn it.
Don't worry, it is fine. What the? That was droopy.
There we are.
Yay, we're going again.
Back at the desert once again.
Atronach's just got a ride beside us.
Just chilling.
He's just a chill Atronach who low-key doesn't give a frick.
He don't care.
He's just a little guy.
He's just kicking rocks, you know.
He low-key don't care. He looks like he's like, I'm gonna eat something.
Well, Azora would have liked to stay a bit longer and have the opportunity to spar with the orcs. But going to Cyrodiil does sound like a better option.
Aurelia just kind of goes, I've seen enough water duels. She just kind of like, she just tells the story of Sir Mellard. He got absolutely wrecked. And how, she ultimately saved him. And it turned out to be a horrible, horrible mistake.
You're very welcome. Yeah, it is fun to imagine. And if you liked what you're seeing now, you might like watching previous sessions and see how everything came to be like this. Let me give you a link in the side chat.
Yeah. You should, like, honestly, you should give D&D a try. It's worth your time. It's worth a good investment of your time, in my opinion. For one thing, I've discovered that over the years, role playing is one of the fun things to do. And also, I realized that I like playing support characters more. I can't play damage dealers anymore.
Why is that?
So my brother's campaign, I accidentally nat 20 critted a hill giant and murdered him with smite.
Mm-hmm.
Not just one smite, but we had thunderous smite, searing smite, and wrathful smite. 3 smites on top of 1. Ultra Mega Super Smite, which killed the poor hill giant.
Yeah, okay.
So,
well, the DMs should be more careful next time. Anyway.
but the DM's my brother.
Yeah.
He didn't, like, here's the thing. I didn't know I could do that much damage. He didn't know I could do that much damage. The entire table didn't know I could do that much damage.
It happens, though.
Don't you just hate that when that happens?
Yeah. Imagine when it happens to the players.
Oh, it's happened to me. Black Demon nearly killed my gnome.
Oh, the gnome!
Yeah, my gnome fighter almost got murdered.
A fighter.
He was cavalier. He had a dog. He had a bass. He had a nice big old what a mastiff or something like that.
Okay.
But other than that, but yeah, I enjoy playing D&D like this. But so in any case, do we see anything interesting while going across the desert?
Make a survival check.
I'm hoping we find something funny. We can. There we are. There's the dice tray. All right, let's see if we get another mid roll here, buddy. Me.
What'd you get?
Natural 1. Oof. I trip and fall face first into the sand. Just oof. Ow.
Well, well, well. What an opportune moment
Oh god.
to flex all my assets here.
Oh, here we go. This is how we die.
There is a fierce sandstorm building up.
This might be a good idea to hold in place and find some shelter behind some rocks.
And not only that, you also feel the ground beneath your feet shaking.
Fuck.
You can feel there is something moving beneath you. There is something lurking.
Gonna very carefully just move around the sand.
Okay. Make a perception test.
Here we go. We got this. We got this, chat. Don't worry. Just a bit of bad luck. We're definitely dumping some guidance here because I don't care. Oh, that's a 14. It's pretty mid. Pretty mid. Not bad. Not bad. But not good.
Hmm.
Man.
With a
Oh,
loud
Jesus.
rip, your cart gets thrown up. Everybody is sent into different directions.
Oh god.
And beneath you, one of the scorpions, the orcs we're talking about, is revealed. I mean,
Oh, awesome.
it should be morning now. And
Oh, awesome.
it looks
Hey, at
like
least
it's very hungry.
Hey, look. My low-key guy who's... My Atronach still just low-key doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, it's just there waiting. Chilling. Roll initiative.
Okay, let's do this.
see. The Atronach got a 9.
Oh no. This can't be good. That poor Atronach. Oh wow, I rolled a nat 1. I'm going last.
Oof.
Man.
Bad luck.
Yeah, I told you. I'd use up all the luck.
Let's see what the scorpion does. Scorpion. Okay. Cool. The Atronach plays first.
Oh, thank God. Thank you, Atronach, for saving me. He's Loki, a chill boy who doesn't...
The Atronach will close in to the Scorpion and attempt to smash its face. 2 attacks. First one definitely hits. Second one hits as well.
Oh dear God, this thing. That's it, his name is Randy.
Deals a bunch of damage.
Randy, he's the one.
He's putting the hurt into the Scorpion.
This
No.
man want double.
Let's see what the Scorpion does on its turn. It also got a bunch of attacks. Attacks twice with its claws. Hits
His big old
once.
claws.
And once with its sting. The sting crits.
Ouch.
Let's see. Okay, the elemental is immune to poison damage, however, and only takes the piercing damage. It's gonna be doubled. Okay. The Atronach has taken a total of 26 damage.
Ooh. I wonder if I can use mending on him.
And it is your turn, Aurelia.
Cool, let's blast this big ass scorpion. Do I get advantage due to his size?
No.
Had to ask. I'm gonna use my bonus action spell attack with my 2 sorcery points for quicken spell.
Okay.
And I have 1/3. I'm gonna use my 3rd little spell slot on this. I think, yeah, it's dirty 20.
That hits.
Not a nat. So I just gotta. Okay. So yeah, okay. So now we have to roll. I actually have to look up guiding bolt's damage again because I am not that.
It's 4d6.
Okay, so 66 because of the. And now the Atronach has advantage to hit in his next turn.
Okay.
On his next attack. 23 radiance damage just straight to his dome piece.
How much damage was it?
23.
23. Okay.
The power of Kinnereth compel ye. And I still have my regular action, which I will use to stand up.
It takes 15 feet of movement to get up.
Okay. And then I'm going to whip out a crossbow and just shoot at him.
Mm-hmm.
Just a light crossbow. I don't think I'm gonna. I don't. Let's just see what happens.
You never know. You might get it in the eye.
That would be funny. 12.
That's not enough. Yeah, its carapace is too thick to be pierced by a mere bolt from a light crossbow.
Sad Aurelia noises.
Elemental's turn. First attack with advantage. Crits.
Oh. Go with it. No.
I rolled awfully on the damage rolls though. And that is 10 damage.
Ugh. But does he critically wound a spot on him?
Second attack fails. The Atronach lands an uppercut to the Scorpion, but due to its size, the Scorpion isn't that affected by it. And still lashes out against the Atronach to tear it apart. 2 attacks against the Atronach. One hits, second one doesn't. Sting hits. Let's see.
I hope it doesn't kill it, because seriously, I'm gonna have to summon another one if that's the case.
$18 more damage to the Atronach.
You got this, Randy. We believe in you.
It's not looking good. It is your turn.
So can I? So does this thing get healed with mending, or can I just heal it regularly?
Interesting. Well,
Because it would be like more like she's imbuing with more magical energy to stay in the fight.
yeah, it would make more sense to use a regular healing spell on it, as it's not an item. It is a magical creature.
Alright, so we have Cure Wounds,
Okay.
which I'm going to use at the 3rd level. And because I'm a Life Cleric, he's going to heal...
Maximum.
I think it was... No, it's not maximum. Not yet. Not yet. We ain't that busted yet. I tell you when. I think it's like 17 when you get to that point. That's when it, Okay.
That's when it gets stupid.
So it's 2 plus the spell level. Okay, so it gains 3d8 plus 5.
Mm-hmm.
He heals 23.
Okay. Whoops.
Hey, buddy.
That was good. Now, rejuvenated. The Atronach strikes again. First one hits. Second one doesn't. Does good damage this time.
Dang, the Scorpion tough.
Yeah. Now it is
Like,
the Scorpion's turn. Who will go for the juicier target?
Oh, shit. I knew this was a bad idea.
First attack with its pincer. That is 19 on the die.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Okay. That is 12 damage. And I want you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh man, that's not the good one. That's a horrible one. Okay, so 4. I don't make it. I'm definitely getting picked
You
up
are
here.
grappled.
Oh, good. So I can't do anything.
Second pincer attack. 18 on the die.
Oh, Lord.
8 damage. And a sting attack. That also hits. 17 on the die. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Good lord, I'm getting bullied over here. I knew this would happen. I knew it. I shouldn't have spoke too soon. I flew too close to the sun. I am like Icarus.
You flew too close to the sand, I'm afraid.
7, so I'm gonna take some poison damage. So how much for that one pincer attack? Was it 8?
7, I think. 6. It was 6.
Oh, okay, so just 2. Alright, now for the poison and stinger.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a lot of damage.
That is 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
And the poison damage is 15.
So 20 damage. Dude, I'm almost dead.
And it is your turn.
I have to heal myself at this point.
It is tabletop simulator, yes. Heal yourself then.
But here's the thing, I'm using healing word.
Okay.
Not as good, but I'm hoping that it can at least keep me in the fight. And that is a bonus action, so I heal 18, so that's barely gonna get me. Barely gonna save me. Let's see, grappled, that means I can't...
You have 0 movement.
I have 0 movement. Does not mean I can't fight back.
Yeah, you can fight back.
Cool, I'm gonna attempt to stab him in the... I'm gonna attempt to stab him. Or slash him.
Okay.
That's a dirty 20.
That hits.
This is gonna be some pitiful damage.
How much is it?
8 damage.
8.
No!
Okay.
Hit him with my curved sword.
A curved sword. Can you believe that? Atronach smacks twice. Hits once. Good damage. Good damage. That's 15 damage.
Does that at least knock him down?
The creature is bleeding. Parts of its carapace are broken. Its dark green blood wets the sand beneath your feet.
I'm surprised he isn't running away at this point.
Well, if it did, it would carry you with it.
Oh, well, that sucks.
And it is the scorpion's turn now.
Hey, here we go. The bullying fest.
Does 16 hit?
No.
Another pincer. That one hits.
Okay.
Six damage.
Okay.
Let's see. Does the sting hit? It doesn't. It is your turn.
Noticing its weakened state, Aurelia's gonna just point directly. Like, this is point blank with this spell, I think. Don't know if that incurs disadvantage with that.
Yeah. When you're in melee with something, you have disadvantage on on ranged attack rolls against it, and in general, for that matter.
Yeah, I don't need Guiding Bolt for this. I'm gonna just keep slashing at it. Okay, no. This slash doesn't work. That was a 9. That sucked.
Okay.
Hey! The return of the 9!
Atronach gets its chance again to eliminate the arachnid.
I'm surprised he hasn't let go.
First attack hits. Second one hits. Let's see the damage.
Poor Andy coming to save my life.
That is 14 damage
On the first one?
on both of them.
Oh god.
As a total.
Oh god.
It is the scorpion's turn.
Oh lord.
First pincher against Aurelia.
Ow.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit.
Second pincher
Oh god.
hits.
Okay.
See the damage. That is 13 damage.
13? Oh god. Bro, you might accidentally kill me here.
Depends on if the sting hits or not.
I'm not gonna kid you here. If I die, that's just a hit.
It doesn't hit. The poison sting glances off your delicate armor.
It glances off my breast, just...
It wasn't sharp enough.
Huh.
And it is
All
your
right.
turn.
And we're gonna use healing word again, cause good lord, I need to keep healing myself.
Heal yourself.
17. Alright, that'll keep me alive for, I don't know, as long as I need it to. Then next we're gonna do a little bit of light trolling here. I'll try that. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm gonna stab this motherfucker in the eye. I think that's like disadvantage, right? Or no?
With melee attacks, it's a regular attack.
Cool, I'm gonna stab him right in his eye. Just to get him to let me go. 13.
13 doesn't hit.
Ouch.
It is the Atronach's turn.
This thing is tough.
It is. And I will roll these openly so you can also see.
Okay. Tyler getting nervous here.
Jesus, both miss.
Okay, well, I think that's it, boys. We're packing it in.
Okay. 2 pincers from the... I'm guessing 22 hits.
Yeah, 22 hits. Dear God.
12 damage.
I ain't asking for much here.
And the stinger.
Just don't kill my character. Dear God.
13?
No.
Doesn't hit. The stinger
Alright, good.
gets stuck in your shield. It's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna have 4 first level spell slots, so I'm gonna use one of them to cast my healing word, because I'm gonna keep healing myself here.
Alright.
How much damage did you do on that one attack?
How much was it? 7?
Okay, so 7. So I'll heal. Okay, so I'm back up to 40. I'm going to, as it's launched in my shield, I'm going to take my sword and I'm going to try to slice its stinger right the hell off.
Okay.
Come on, Aurelia. You don't deserve this. And you roll a natural 1. You do deserve this. You deserve death. I no longer care.
Oh my god.
I no longer care about this character. Wait, would I get advantage because it's lodged in my shield?
No.
Damn. Worth a try.
You channel all your strength into this blow. But the serrated claw digs deeper into your flesh and you can feel your armor sort of cave in and it hurts. You let out a pained grunt. Your attack is unsuccessful. It is the Atronach's turn.
I literally yell, "Dear God, can you help me?" Just hoping Azora finally shows up.
Okay. The Atronach hits twice.
Good, we need to kill this thing. It's killing me.
That's 30 damage. It is enough. The Earthern Sentinel smashes its fist down onto one of the Scorpion's claws, cutting it off from the main body. The pincer unclenches and you fall down. The next attack from the Atronach crushes the creature's thorax down here in its belly. And with a shrieking hiss, you see its legs curve towards its center, and the stinger explodes, with its poison splattering everywhere.
I'm gonna get a sample of that poison.
The creature spasms and finally collapses dead.
We barely survived, but the skin of our teeth might... Well, actually, no, I've actually had even worse scraps than this. Like the gnome I was talking about, he was fighting a black demon and barely survived with 5 HP left.
Hmm.
He barely lasted, like, a round against the thing and barely survived, so... This isn't nearly as bad. But still, Aurelia, you suck. Then again, she was kind of outside of her element.
Your companions emerge from within the deep sandstorm. And it looks like there wasn't only one scorpion. It looks that they also took care of one.
Oh, so that's where they were.
The desert hides many perils.
So do I have time to get a sample of their poison?
Yes.
Ooh.
You may make a medicine or a nature check with disadvantage because of the storm. Unless you will wait here until it calms down.
Yeah, let's find some shelter on top of some rocks to prevent us from encountering any more of them.
Mm-hmm.
And Aurelia's gonna take like however long it takes. Would it be like a full rest to see how long it would be?
It would take 1 hour. You can make a
so
short
just
rest.
wait an hour. Okay, good. So I'm just gonna take some time, and I'm gonna use my hit die. I'm gonna use 2 of them to heal back up in that small hour.
Mm-hmm. You can make your test. You can make your check now without a disadvantage.
Good. I have 50 HP. That's still not enough. I don't know if I'm gonna die, boys. And I'm gonna cast that guidance on me again because I got that on deck. Asking Mother Kind for guidance after the horrible ordeal. That's a nat 20.
Ooh. You manage to fill 6 vials with the dangerous substance. By the effects it had on you, you can tell that it is quite potent. Any blade or arrow or bolt anointed with this would be very, very deadly. 2d10 poison damage on top of the regular blade damage.
So I get 6 vials of this stuff?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Which means that you have 18 uses of it.
But also, I can also use this to develop like anti-poisons or something to its venom.
Yeah.
So, Aurelia's a healer, not an assassin.
Whatever rocks you boat.
But I will probably 100% be giving this to Korzhidov. Totally not giving it to him just to see if he'd actually use it.
You're trying to get him addicted to opioids?
No, I'm just trying to get him to use the poison so he can augment his damage, because 2d10 damage? Are you kidding me? With a monk? That's a lot of damage.
This one will make good use of this poison.
I'm going to give him like
to
3.
Korzhidov. And he knows what to do with it.
Hey, let's wait for Ferdinand just to see what he would do with it.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how Korzhidov thinks. You know, he may be like, oh, I don't like using poison. You know? And then again, we could give it to Bjorn. He'll always use it if he ever shows up.
Well. Yeah. Anyway. This will be it for today. I hope everybody had fun. See you on the next one, guys.
Hopefully next time Aurelia doesn't get attacked again and nearly die. Oh well, that might happen again.
Only one way to find out. What's the next session?
Hey, she deserves it.